Esteemed members of the committee, my name is Calvin Yohannan. I address you today as a leader of Boricuas Unidos en la Diáspora, an organization of Puerto Ricans in the United States who advocate for Puerto Rico's decolonization and independence. Today, this committee will hear about the extraordinary ongoing crises of Puerto Rico, collapsing education and healthcare, a failing electrical grid, environmental destruction, gentrification and displacement, a demographic decline that threatens to erase our people. These crises are all symptoms of a single sickness, Puerto Rico's colonial status. That colonial illness is deadly, which makes decolonization urgent, and urgency is something that this issue needs badly. Next month will mark 127 years of colonial rule over Puerto Rico by the United States. That is longer than British colonial rule over India, longer than French rule over the Ivory Coast, Mali, and Tunisia, and more than twice as long as the Belgian rule over the Congo. This committee has rightfully recognized Puerto Rico's right to independence every single year, but that is clearly not enough because Puerto Rico remains a colony. And by neglecting Puerto Rico's decolonization and denying us self-determination, the United States makes a mockery of this institution. If the ongoing subordination of Puerto Rico continues to be met with inaction, that sends a dangerous message that imperialism is tolerable, that colonialism is acceptable. We see the consequences of that inaction in conflicts and oppression across the globe today. We ask this organization, with what moral authority can you denounce and oppose injustice in the world if you do not take further action while the United States keeps Puerto Rico a colonial captive in defiance of your resolutions? The United Nations must also act because the United States has shown that it will not. Puerto Rico is a nation, and our political future cannot be at the whims and mercy of American politicians. And at this moment, reliance on the U.S. government is a recipe for disaster. Thankfully, Puerto Ricans increasingly understand the need for decolonization and independence. Today, the movement for freedom is resurgent. Last year, more than 40% of Puerto Rican voters supported sovereignty for the island. Here in the United States, hundreds of thousands of Puerto Ricans also demand our people's freedom. Our organization will continue to amplify these voices and demand action until Puerto Rico is free. We make that demand of you today. Act now for the next generation of Puerto Ricans, or one day there will not be a next generation of Puerto Ricans.